We met on a Wednesday. Not the kind of day where you expect anything life-changing to happen. It was raining a little and I was wearing the wrong shoes. A mutual friend introduced us over lunch. He wasn't the loudest voice at the table, but something about the way he laughed, genuine, unpolished, stuck with me. His name was Daniel. He didn't flirt, not really. He just listened. He asked me what I did, but not in a checklist kind of way. He remembered the name of my dog, and 2 days later he sent me a photo of a coffee mug with a golden retriever on it and said, "Thought of you." It was dumb. It was sweet. Made me smile. But I ignored it. Not because I didn't like him, but because I did, and I didn't know what to do with that. I'd just gotten out of something messy. Not dramatic, just draining, the kind of connection that felt like fire in the beginning and ash by the end. So when Daniel came around, calm, consistent, no games, I froze. It was like my heart didn't know how to respond to being treated with care. But he kept showing up. Not in a pushy way, just present. He'd check in once in a while. "Hey, how was your day?" Or, "This song reminded me of you." Nothing grand. Nothing performative. But real. Eventually I agreed to dinner. We went to this cozy little bistro downtown, the kind of place that smells like garlic and laughter. He opened the door for me, pulled out my chair, and didn't even glance at his phone once. It was easy, too easy. And that scared me because I had learned to associate love with effort, with fixing, with always wondering where I stood. But Daniel didn't give me that. He gave me peace. And I didn't know how to accept it. We kept seeing each other, slowly, casually, but I never let it get deep. Every time he got too close, I'd retreat. I'd make jokes, change the subject, leave parts of myself out of reach. And he noticed. Of course he did. One night we were walking back from dinner and he said, "You don't have to be so guarded with me. I'm not here to hurt you." I smiled, said nothing, because I didn't believe that anyone who said that actually meant it. Then came the night I said it. We were sitting across from each other at this cute little rooftop place he had found. Fairy lights, soft jazz playing, cool breeze. He always picked the perfect spots. He asked me about my week. I told him about work and he listened like it was the most fascinating story in the world. Then there was a pause, the kind that invites truth. He leaned in slightly and said, "I like you. I really do." And I panicked. I looked away, laughed too quickly, took a sip of water I didn't need. Then I said it. "You're sweet, Daniel, but I'm not ready." I didn't say it harshly. I wasn't trying to be mean. I even smiled like that would somehow make it land softer. But I saw the shift, the way his eyes dimmed, how his body leaned back just a little, like bracing for impact. He nodded, gave a half smile, the kind people give when they're trying not to show how much something hurts. Then he signaled for the check. No questions, no protests, just quiet acceptance. He paid the bill. No dramatic scene. No guilt trip. Just grace. And then he stood up, looked at me one last time and said, "Take care of yourself, okay?" Then he walked away just like that. And I sat there trying to pretend I was okay, telling myself it was the right thing. That I wasn't ready. That he deserved someone who could meet him fully, not someone still carrying the weight of ghosts. But the truth. I wasn't unsure about him. I was unsure about me. Because he saw parts of me I hadn't even shown yet. He showed up for a version of me I hadn't become. And instead of letting him in, I shut the door, gently, in his face and told myself I was protecting him. But really I was protecting myself. From being seen. From being loved the right way. From having to confront all the parts of me that felt unworthy of someone like Daniel. That night I checked my phone, no messages. I opened our old conversations, reread the little things he'd sent, the memes, the morning texts, the random notes of encouragement. All of it. So soft. The next morning his name was gone from my notifications. Not blocked, just silent. I wanted to reach out, say something, anything. But what would I say? I didn't mean it. Except I did. In that moment, I really believed I wasn't ready. And maybe I still wasn't. But readiness doesn't come from waiting. Comes from choosing. And I didn't choose him. Days passed. Then weeks. I dated other people, some who made me laugh, others who made me dizzy with confusion. But no one made me feel safe like Daniel did. And safe. That's not boring. That's rare. One evening I was out grabbing groceries and I saw him across the street, holding hands with someone else. She looked at him the way I never let myself look. Fully like he was hers. And maybe he was. He looked happy. And it hit me, he wasn't waiting anymore. He wasn't hoping I'd figure it out. He had moved on. Found someone who didn't flinch when love showed up. And me. I stood there, frozen, watching the version of him I let go walk away. Again. I never messaged him. Not because I didn't want to, but because I knew he had found someone who didn't need to be convinced of his worth. Sometimes we don't lose people because they stop loving us. We lose them because they finally understand we'll never choose them the way they choose us. And maybe that's the hardest part. Not that he left, but that I gave him every reason to. So if you're ever sitting across from someone who sees you, really sees you, and you feel the urge to run because it feels too kind, too calm, too good, don't let your fear speak for you. Because sometimes "I'm not ready" is just another way of saying "I'm scared." And sometimes "you're sweet" is a prelude to goodbye. I said he was sweet. I said I wasn't ready. He smiled, paid the check and walked away.